Hello everyone, this is Al coming to you once again for Kid with Souls of Brooklyn, and I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today. And today I'm going to be doing some video on my favorite movie that was ever made in Brooklyn. It's called Dog Day Afternoon, and I've obviously know that from the title because you've tuned in. And what I want to show you folks today is the lesser known film locations of Dog Day Afternoon, and to explain it, because who better to explain it than me? I actually grew up 3 blocks from here. I still live 3 blocks from here. And a lot of videos have been done on Dog Day Afternoon, but they really have never talked about some of the lesser known locations. So I want to talk about the obviously the lesser ones and the greater ones. So first off, if you're a fan of the movie, you'll be familiar with this shot. This is the exact shot where the movie opens, when you see the Dan and Yoga truck pull up, and obviously the Elton John song is playing called Amarina, which was an early Elton John song. And what happens is the Dan and Yoga truck pulls up over there, and then the next thing you know, you come along, and this whole building here, which is now 279 Prospect Park West, is now like a condo building. And basically back then it was the bank. Now of course it was never really a bank. It was always actually an old warehouse, and they converted all of these places here. Like a lot of the stores that you see, like over here, these were never really stores. They made a lot of them stores. Some of them were stores, some weren't. But right there, 279 Prospect Park West, is where the bank was built. Now it was a warehouse then, now it's a condo building today. But interestingly enough, I'm going to show you something else over here. Interestingly enough as well, is the fact that this barbershop, the main barbershop that was in the movie, or the only barbershop that was in the movie where a lot of the action took place, was actually right there. And I don't know if this is really a coincidence or what, but a real barbershop actually opened up there a couple of years ago. It's now the Smart Hair Studio. But if you line up the shot right here, you'll see that this was the barbershop where they did all the filming. And directly across the street over here, you had this doorway. And right here is where most of the action took place, where Sonny had the key in the door. It was right over here. And of course from the bank, when they looked out, this is what they saw, which was the barbershop where they brought Leon in and all that. Now, right over here, now a lot of this hasn't really changed. Back then, this was a real store over here. This was the flower shop. It was an FTD flower shop right on the corner. And when Sal and Stevie are in the car, they actually pull up right over here. And the first one to get out of the car is Sal. And Sal walks right over here just like this. And he passes the security guard who's actually working with the flag, taking down the flag, the American flag. And he goes into the bank right over here. This is where he'd go into the bank. Now, this is another shot right here. If you remember the movie, now you got those cell phone towers up there. But when they looked out, when Detective Moretti talks to Sonny, he goes, "Oh, come out, Sonny, and look." And he shows him the SWAT teams up on the building. And this is where the SWAT teams were. This is where the people were looking out of the windows all along here. Down here is where they had the crowd. They put up barricades. Now, for me personally, this is a really interesting story in the sense that they filmed this in 1975. And I was 10 years old at the time. And they put up these barricades right over there. So we would come and watch them film the movie. We would see the helicopters flying over during the day. And this is where all that happened. Now, of course, Bishop Ford High School, where I went to high school, it's Bishop Ford Central Catholic High School. It's right there. That's also in some of the shots with the helicopters and when the movie opens up. Unfortunately, Bishop Ford is no longer a Catholic high school. It is now a public school, which is, not a bad thing, but the Catholic school that I went to went out of business, and like a lot of schools are these days, and it's now a public school 280. This is now a kids center. Looking back over here, this was also in the film down here where they had other barricades. And if you remember the part where the police officers run the gang is getting kind of rowdy, or rather the people get a little rowdy, and the cops run over through here. And you see that shot right there. So also right along the street here, and I'm going to show you the pizzeria. The pizzeria, which you don't really see too much of, but I'm going to show you the outside of it here. At one point, Sonny tells Detective Moretti that the people inside are getting hungry and they're thirsty and all that. And so Detective Moretti says, how about some pizzas? How about some Cokes? He's, oh, soft drinks. Okay, Cokes. They actually get them from Joe's Pizzeria. Now, Joe's Pizzeria is still there. And I'm going to show you that. What else could I show you here? This is where the limousine pulled up. At the end of the movie, the limo pulled up right over here. And they had this really big limousine, which was from the airport. And it pulled up right over here. This is the street. And if you remember, the police officers are out in the street. Sonny is right here. It's where he yells, Attica, Attica. It's right over here on the street. So like I say, I'm going to take you over this direction. Right down here, we have Terrace Dance Studio. Back then, that was a bar called Gerard's Bar. And you see a little bit of that in the movie, not too much. And then along here, like I was telling you, this is where the limousine pulls up, that 8-passenger limousine. And then they pull down the street over here. Now this is where the police officers were running, right on the side over here. They have all the barricades, they have a police bus, and they pull it up right over here. And then toward the end of the movie, when they pull out, they actually they come down this street right over here. And for them to get to JFK Airport, what they would have done was they would have went to the corner right there, and they would have made a left-hand turn, and that would have brought them down to 3rd Avenue, where they would have gotten on the highway, taken the BQE, rather the Belt Parkway, and taken that all the way over to JFK. Now this is more of the strip right over here. Back in the end, this is Joe's Pizzeria. Now folks, what I really like about this pizzeria, as I say, I grew up in this neighborhood. I had a card store, a Hallmark gold-crowned card store in this neighborhood for over 25 years. We closed it in 2013. The rent got a little high, and business was changing. People weren't really doing cards much anymore, but it was a lovely business. We had a really great time. That's the grammar school and church that I went to. Obviously still go to the church, Catholic Church, Holy Name of Jesus. The school is now an academy, St. Joseph the Worker Academy. But right here, folks, this is Joe's Pizzeria. That's the pizzeria where they got the pizzas from. Real pizzeria. And that's where the pizza guy goes, oh, I'm a star, I'm an effing star. And that's Joe's right there. Now again, a really cool pizzeria, a real Brooklyn pizzeria, not like a foo-foo pizzeria. It's got an A rating, as you can see. I'm going 2 for 2, folks. The last video I did, the McDonald's had an A rating. So not bad. That's Joe's Pizzeria right there. So I think I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a couple of slices. Again, this is Holy Name of Jesus. You would have seen that in the picture as well, in the video. Sidney Lumet did a great job directing. I'll show you this way. This is the length right there, where the bank was a couple of blocks down. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the pizzeria right there going in. Folks, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a comment. I'm taking this on a video cam. It's trying to do a little upgrade on my videos. Gonna work on the editing soon. But just having fun with it. This is Joe's. Folks, if you want to know the address, this is Prospect Park West. The bank was 285 Prospect Park West. This is Joe's Pizzeria on the corner of Prospect Park West and Prospect Avenue. Hot pizza. Sounds good to me. It's a chilly day. Folks, have a great day. This is Al, signing off from Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. Give me a like. Let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. Tell me how you like the movie. Like I said, my favorite movie of all time that was ever filmed in Brooklyn. I love Saturday Night Fever. No knocks against that, but I loved All Day Afternoon. Have a great day, folks, and see you real soon.